It is time to do some summons for Legendary Alear, and honestly just go all in on green here because there are so many good units. Let's go ahead and jump in. We'll talk about our goals, we'll talk about Alear, we'll talk about the data mine, and we'll even answer some questions as well. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I really want to talk about is the reruns. So there we have gotten the reruns for where these banners will show up next, and also like there have been a few changes. So Robin is going to November, which is insane, and the reason why is because Legendary Robin is going to be sharing with Sather and Hather. That's right, we're getting extremely good value. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull Colorless. Oh, it's so hard. So my goal is I just want to pull like greens mostly, but like Colorless has Tana, but Colorless is so bad. It's like, oh, I don't know. It's so difficult to say. Anyway, yeah. So, so Robin's going to be with Hather and Sather, which is like insane share again, right? You're essentially getting to get 2 mythics, 2 Astro mythics you can merge up, and then Robin as well. So that's really good. I honestly thought that there was going to be a new green like mythic or legendary that month, but it doesn't seem that to be the case. Okay, Clarion, go away. So that's kind of weird. I guess it's going to be blue now. I'm not really sure. Also, we have Veronica, who was supposed to be in November with Yuri, is now being moved to December. So that's a bit of a suck, because I kind of like getting like merges on Yuri and Veronica together, but that's not going to be possible anymore. It does mean that Veronica will most likely share in December, though, with Brave Robin, right? That's typically when they rerun the Brave unit, so that's pretty cool. We also have Alear coming back in December as well, which is really cool. Hey, Sylvain, nice. Because Alear is going to be sharing with the Brave unit as well, so that's always very nice. She'll be sharing with Sword most likely, if I had to, take a guess. Unless they decide to change the pattern. But they've been doing that for quite a few years, so I don't really expect that to be any different. We have Ninian getting banished to February, which is quite a while. Not as well. And it's so same with Ashera. So they're all getting pushed all the way to February. So if you needed Not or Ninian or Ashera for some reason, this might be a chance to get it. I don't know. I don't think you should really be like focusing on getting Ashera or not, really, to be honest. But if for some reason you need them, there's that. Ninian, obviously, this is a great share. So if you need Ninian, this is a great place to summon. Then we have Emblem, who got pushed all the way to March, which is kind of insane. I don't know why. She's not that old of a mythic, and she's still very good, right? So like, I don't know why they're pushing her all the way to March. It's such a far ways away. And then lastly, Faye. Faye is just like sent to the Shadow Realm. She's going all the way to May. So like, that's like, okay, what the heck? There's no colorless or green. I guess we'll go red, right? Because we can get like Lucia, Emblem, there's some good in red. But yeah, like Faye is just banished to the Shadow Realm, so that really does suck. It's bad too. So I guess like this is a good place to pull some of these units for sure. The other thing I need to talk about, of course, is the data mine itself. So we did get like Alear's stats, as well as the restrictions for attack speed pledge. And unfortunately, IS just really hates cavalry and flying units. And so neither of them are able to inherit this skill. It was kind of obvious that cavalry wouldn't get it because it is like an oath upgrade. I was hopeful. Like maybe IS will be kind for once and let cavalry get something nice, right? Especially because they can't use flashing sparrow or flashing blade. So like, man, this would have been, especially the flyers. Like flyers is just dirty. Like they really wanted this skill because it just completely fixes Gale Force for like all those melee flyers, which would have been so nice. And at the same time, it also like fixes like a lot of the special acceleration problems that like flying archers have, right? They can't proc Deadeye consistently. So that would have been really good as well. So it just really sucks that they didn't give it out. Like it's very annoying. Not very happy at all about that, but it is what it is. The other thing, of course, is the Alear stat line. Obviously, it's a pretty solid stat line with like 41 attack with a super boon, which is a little bit low, but not too surprising. And like 47 speed, no super boon, but you don't really need it, to be honest. 50 speed at base is insane. The thing is, though, is that Legendary Alear has Trainee BST. That is right, she has Trainee BST. If you don't know what that means, essentially she just gets +5 BST for no reason other than like they like her pretty much. It used to be that villagers got it, and that was like their excuse, right? Like, because in base Fire Emblem games, villagers like start off weak, but they get really strong. They have like really good growth, right? And then, they start giving it up to Corrin for no reason other than favoritism, and then a bunch of other units. And so yeah, so Alear has it, which is kind of, oh, it's Rhea. I mean, I know Rhea's not bad. Like, she's a good unit. I had her highly ranked on my Omni-Tank tier list, but man, plus speed. I'm gonna be like, I just don't care. I want Tana. Like, give me Tana. That's what I want. We're back out here. That's something at least. I guess we'll take it. Whatever. It's the problem with pulling colorless. I really want to pull just greens, really. But yeah. Anyway, so she has 188 BST, or no, 198 BST. I'm sorry. So she's on 200, right? And when you get the super unit attack, she'll hit 202. Which is kind of crazy. She's essentially like a whole bin above like every other infantry, which means she's gonna be like one of the best arena scoring units in the entire game, and she's also just gonna be a complete monster. Like, her resistance is actually really respectable. She's actually has a bit of a different stat line than base female Alear, where she has a little bit less attack, but she has way more resistance, so that's really nice as well. I think this unit's gonna be insane. I plan to do a lot of testing, hopefully get a video out on her as well. And, you know, just get to see what she can really do. Yeah, so far, she's looking really strong. Oh my god. These circles. Why am I getting so many blues? Give me, like, greens and colorless. Greens and colorless. That's what I want. Okay, there's one of each. But yeah, that's mostly everything that was in the data mine. I don't think there was much else. I think there might have, like, been a new orb pack or something, but nothing really serious, right? There's George. So I guess it's time to jump into some questions. Oh, I guess the other thing I wanted to talk about was like attack speed pledge. I might be, if I can get 2 Alears, maybe 3 Alears, which is very unlikely. I kind of want to duplicate it on Alchrist because it's such a yes. Speak of the devil when she shows up. Oh my god, yes, awesome. This is so good. Because I don't really want to spark her, to be honest. It's not because she's bad, right? That's definitely not the case at all. It's because Tana is on this banner, and I really, damn it, minus attack. Oh, minus attack. I really want to get Tana, but when you get minus attack Alears, I might have to spark her because that is just not an option. She needs as much attack as possible as a brave unit. Anyways, let's go back. Let's talk about, do some questions, talk about some stuff. It's been an exciting month for Faye, and I've been having a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to next month as well, right? The Choo Choo Legend Refines is going to be really exciting. So I think the hype train is just going to keep on going for a little bit longer at least. I know there's always a bit of a slowdown later on in October, but I'm trying to figure out some ways to kind of smooth that out a bit. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, let's start with our first question from Sensation, one of our members. And they want to know what is the worst addition to Fire Emblem Heroes, be it mechanics, features, game modes, etc. Personally, in my opinion, that I have experienced, I think it's still Frontline Phalanx. It's difficult to say. Ooh, Dorothy. This unit's actually got like a busted stat line. Not that I really want to use her, because, you know, I already have a bunch of archers. But that is a good IV. So it's difficult to say because, like, when it comes to different subjects, right, there's different things that stand out. Like, the worst game mode is Frontline Phalanx, absolutely, right? There's no, like, question about that. I guess you could say Lost War because there's even less gameplay, maybe? I don't know. They're both pretty bad. I guess Lost War, like, just doesn't require anything from you, though, so it's like, whatever. But I don't like that game mode either, to be honest. But my least favorite thing in Fae that's been added, I would have to say, is save units. And I know that might be a bit controversial, I don't know. But I do not like save units at all. And it's just because they're so broken in different ways. Like, when saves came out, right, they were just broken as they had no counters. They were difficult to deal with. Now we have a few more counters, right? We have, like, Emblem. We have, like, some skills that kind of nerf saves. We also just have really powerful nukes that can get through saves. But for me, the problem with saves, the reason why I dislike them so much is because they break the foundation of the game, actually, in my opinion. Like, when you are making a game, you want to lay down a mechanical foundation for the game, right? Like, so for Fire Emblem Heroes, that would be, like, how stats interact, right? Attack versus defense, attack versus resistance, right? Speed being, like, an effect that causes doubles, stuff like that, right? And for saves, it destroys the foundational level of positioning, right? The game has a strategic level that comes with positioning, and understanding where to put your units in the correct time, like correct places, so that you can maximize your offensive power to protect them from getting sniped, stuff like that, right? And when saves came out, it completely removed a layer of positioning strategy. And so in that way, in my opinion, Fae became less of a strategic game, which I don't like. I want the game to be very strategic. I want there to be lots of depth to the game, and you can explore lots of different strategies and really show off how good of a tactician you are by showing off how well not only do you understand the foundational levels, but you also how you can use them to take advantage and like win matches, right? That's why old Ether Raids was so much fun to me, because it really took a lot of practice and understanding of the AI to really understand how to position properly. And now with saves, that is just completely gone. You just throw a save unit out and they just protect people and you're kind of good, right? Which just sucks in my opinion. Also, they were just really strong when they came out. They're still strong now, but like just having a skill that can just protect any ally within 2 spaces and also give stats, like it just seems kind of dumb to me. I've never been a big fan of saves, but they are so meta. Influential is not even the right word, to be honest. Hey, let's go! I know you're probably thinking, what? You're mad you got Rhea, but you're happy you got Ashera? And it's, yes, you know what? It's because Ashera is from Tellius, and I love Ashera. She is a fantastic villain. So even though she's not very good at the moment, I'm very happy to see her, because I will have her at plus 10 when she gets that refine and remix, and she will be broken, hopefully. Please, IS, do not do her dirty. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, for me, just saves are just way too meta, like influential, meta dominant. They pretty much like dictate like Ether Raid's defense in a lot of ways. They dictate summoner duels. They dictate not as much in Ether Raid's offense as they used to, but they still do have an influence there as well. So I'm not a big fan. I don't know. They're probably not the worst thing, but for me, that's like probably one of my most disliked things ever. We're gonna do the red orb here just because it's 3 orbs. Maybe we'll get Lucia. That would be really nice. Could definitely use more mergers on her. I was really hoping they would skip Cyrene and we would get Lucia and Felix together, but that was just asking for too much. Because I would be summoning red 100% if Lucia and Felix were like sharing colors. Like, there's no way I wouldn't. Okay, let's go on to our next question. This is going to be from Philly Andrews 3258. Ooh, this is a perfect circle. Do you have any plans to update the support tier list, and or what do you think are currently the best support units in the game, excluding Legendary Robin? From what I've seen, the game seems to be having an enormous influx on units and support each other for the last year and a half to 2 years, making older characters even falling off faster. As a new player, there are so many options to go by, and they keep increasing every banner. It also becomes more complex on how to build teams around all the support units. And then lastly, which color has the best support effects? To me, it seems to be green is the most stacked and unique, or has the most fun bonuses, especially Valentine Leo's Gravity. It's Flame, which helped them clear the Veronica and Emblem Abyssal Challenge. Okay, so when it comes to the older tier list, including the support tier list, I do plan to update them. I don't want to do it the same way I did before. I kind of want to do like an update video where I like kind of focus on the new support units being added to the tier list, and then also discussing any units who got like shifted on the tier list, right? So if a unit went from like triple S down to S, right? Stuff like that. That's what I want to talk about. So it won't be as expansive as the first tier list. But I think that people who want like the full context of everything, they can go back and watch that one, and then they can watch the new one for like additional context, essentially. That's what I'm planning to do. We'll see when I get to it. But I do want to update the support tier list. I want to support, I want to update like the, Far Save tier list, the Gale Force tier list, all of them eventually. There's also other new tier lists I want to do, and they take a lot longer now. The thing is, originally when I make those tier lists, it was kind of supposed to be like a long process of actually making the tier list, but then the actual editing and recording were supposed to be fast, right? Because it didn't take that long to make those original assets. But then I'm me, and I kind of made it difficult myself. I made like the assets way more difficult to make, so it takes a long time now. Okay, let's do these greens. We're almost at Spark already, which is scary. I don't like that. I would like to get more 5 stars, please. So yeah, my plan is to update those tier lists eventually. Of course, right now, like there are a lot of good supports. We've gotten insane supports in the past year. So like it's hard to say which ones are the best without like, I mean, I kind of can, but I don't want to like think about it too much. Like Fallen Maria, obviously, Legendary Robin, obviously, the Ellie Woods are very, very good. Brave Robin, right? Like there's a lot of good supports right now. And when it comes to colors, you're definitely right. Green is super strong right now. We have so many green mages that are like amazing supports, like Saline, like Legendary Robin, and then also Gatekeeper's probably getting his refined, so he'll also be up there as well. So it's kind of weird how many green tomes have become like super support units, which is, it's cool to have a niche like that. But it's definitely not what I expected, to say the least. Okay, I think we're gonna go past the Spark here. I don't feel like I got everything. I don't think I got even close to what I wanted, to be honest. But I don't really want to like go insane on spending orbs here, even though this banner is really good. So I don't necessarily need merges on Robin or Ninian. They'd be nice, but like they are support units, and so like don't really need them all that much, and especially because arena scoring is kind of like easy mode now. Like you just bring the bonus legendary and you stay in tier 21 pretty easily, which I know isn't available for everybody, but as a whale, it's not very difficult anymore. I don't feel like I need to really merge up new legendaries at all. Okay, so final summon before the spark, and the question is, what do I get? We're gonna back out here. I think we have to get Tana. We got Alear. We got one copy of Alear, so I don't have to worry about like not getting any Alears, even though I do want more. Lucia is like, I love Lucia. With Gambit, it's so broken. I was like, it's so nice. And these are all really good. And like getting another Alear would be nice too, just for the merge. But I think I'm gonna go with Tana just because I really don't like Colorless. Colorless is a really bad color to summon on right now. And so if I can just not have to, that would be great. So I'm gonna just grab Tana here, get my guidance fodder. I now can merge her. I can get like guidance 4, soaring guidance 4, attack speed unity, firestorm dance, a whole bunch of crap. Like so many skills. If you haven't watched my skill duplication video, definitely go check that out. There's so much you can do with rearmed heroes right now, and so picking up Tana is going to be a great choice for me. Though if Gatekeeper gets a busted refine, she's definitely going to get a little bit less valuable. Mostly an SDR, I would say. Because like in SDS you just ban Gatekeeper if he like somehow becomes toxic. So I'm not too worried about it. I think guidance will still be meta. It just might not be like the most dominant thing in the meta, right? Which it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be good. Okay, there's a green. Let's do another question. This is going to be from Gray 287. How do you think they are going to power creep the current meta effects like Grand Strategy and Triangle Attack? Like what kind of effects are they going to release to shift the meta? I don't think they're going to power creep the effects directly, right? Like it's kind of hard to power creep Omni Unity and a Brave Attack, right? So what I think they'll do is what they typically do is like they introduce something really powerful and then they introduce a really powerful counter to knock it out of the meta. And then they kind of introduce an alternative, right? That's pretty much what they do. They did that with like God Swords and like Omni Tanks back in the day. They're like, hey, you really like speed-based damage reduction? Well, guess what? There's damage reduction halving now, and your healing's gone. And it's like, okay, well, now my Omni Tank sucks. So, and then they brought saves out, right? So then everybody switched over to saves. So I kind of expect them to do that. Maybe they like introduce some kind of way to turn off Brave attacks from Catria, or to like reduce the damage from them severely, or something like that. I think they'll do that eventually. I don't know. Like, it's possible Gatekeeper gets that, but I kind of doubt it just because I expect them to sell it to us, if possible. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't think they're going to, like, power creep it. And the same thing with Unity. I don't expect them to, like, make Unity ×5 or something like that. They're probably just going to find a way to counter Unity and then make it less meta, right? And they'll introduce something new and different. Probably Terrain, right? Terrain seems to be the new thing they're going for, so maybe they'll nerf Unity and, like, push Terrain really hard. And that will be really strong. I really should probably stop summoning on colorless orbs because the rates... Actually, I've gotten more colorless 5 stars than I have green. So the rates are a lie. It feels so bad. Like, stupid... Oh, man. Math sucks. I actually like math. That's a lie. I like math a lot. But it sucks when the math doesn't work for you. You want to like pull a green orb and just like is a 5-star every time, but the chances of that actually happening are like not very great. Though it is much higher than these colorless orbs with their trash summoning pool. They really need to remove these characters. Like I know there's like big Sakura fans and Varian fans probably, but man, those units are trash. They need to just get rid of them, remove them from the summoning pool, and let us get some better like fodder going, right? Also, we're at 10%, which is really, really high. So I would love to get something at this point. Kind of afraid to pull these colorless orbs, but we're gonna do these two. I think we're gonna stop after this because this is getting ridiculous. Oh no, that's not what I wanted at all. It's definitely not what I wanted, especially at 10%. It's a better IV. Like to me, she's just gonna be scout fodder. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's 100% what she is. Like. Maybe I'll give this to Medius. Oh man, Rhea. I'm honestly like so tilted about like them changing the summoning, right? Because originally it was supposed to be Ashera, Ashe, and Tana, Okay, whew. Okay, I feel better now. But what happened was that Ash got that banner, right? The Sparkable banner for the Hero Fest, or the CYL Fest, whatever it was, right? Ooh, good IV. And so she was not on this banner now, and it pisses me off because I wanted to +10 at Ash here. She's at +8 right now, so I only need like 2 copies. And then Ashera, I want to merge to +10 because I love Ashera, and then Tana is also just amazing, right? So for me, it was like a triple win. But then they added in Rhea, and now I'm like sad. Little Olivia. I mean, this is like Guidance 3 fodder, so it can save me like grails and feathers. Or I can merge her, I guess, but there's not like no real reason to be honest. Okay, we'll do the blue too, because why not? We're at 10%. Maybe I'll get a Nonkos or something. I don't know if I can, like, I don't even really need a Nonkos, but sure, why not? Not would be nice. I'll take no more not mergers. Nope, it's scared. Okay. At least we got Ashera and Rhea. Makes it feel a little bit better. Okay, we have 16 orbs. We should probably stop. But I continue. Let's do another question. Let's do from Liam is my name 63. Do you think the next Fire Emblem game will be Genealogy Remake? If so, what would you like to see in it? I do think the next game will be Genealogy. Like, there's so many leaks about that Genealogy game. Like, I kind of find it hard to believe that Genealogy is not a thing. I just don't understand why it hasn't been released yet, right? Or announced or anything. It seems kind of weird to me. But I definitely think we will get Genealogy next. What would I like to see in it? I just want to see them update it like they did with Echoes, right? Take away some of the bad quality of life features that they have, right? Like how difficult it is to trade or how difficult it is to get units or items to other units, stuff like that. Remove some of that. And then I also don't want them to filter the game too much. I don't want them to censor is a better word. I don't want them to censor the game too much. I know that Genealogy is a very, very dark game with very dark themes, and there's also incest in it, which I know that's very, very not looked. Hey, Ninian, nice, very nice. I will definitely take that. I love Ninian. Ninian is one of my favorite legendaries ever. Like, I adore her. Oh, neutral. Okay. Okay, we're back out here. Then we're gonna do some editing magic. Okay, let's keep talking about Genealogy. So when it comes to Genealogy, like, I just don't want them to censor it too much. I know, like, it's not the easiest subject, especially in today's age. They don't like talking about that stuff. You have to remember the setting, right? It's a medieval setting, and also there's a lot of, like, plot lines that come up because of Divine Blood, right? So you can't change that. If you change that, then you, like, you know, the whole Arvis and I was gonna say Wily, Arvis and Deirdre situation. Right, you need that. That's a main thing to the plot. Maybe that's why they're struggling to get it like done. I don't know, but I hope they don't censor it too much. I would like the actual raw story. And if they do censor it too much, I just have to go back and play the original, right? Because like, I like old school like Game of Thrones-esque settings or like Final Fantasy 16 settings, right? Where it's like brutal war, like what war is really supposed to be, right? It's not this fancy magic anime war where everyone's running around with magic weapons and they all blow each other up, but everybody survives for some reason, right? I want to see like visceral war. I want to see like, you know, stories about like how terrible war is and why we shouldn't have wars, right? But we'll see if that's what we get. Either way, I'll be really happy just because we'll get like updated art for a lot of the Genealogy characters, and we'll also get cinematics for the Genealogy like game, which is really cool because I love getting new cinematics I can use for like videos or just like talk about, right? So that'd be really cool. And also, I think Sigurd is going to be like amazing. I haven't played Genealogy obviously, so I don't know that firsthand. But like everything I've heard through the grapevine, which is quite a bit, sounds like Sigurd's my kind of character. Delith I've heard is a little bit like Jesus, like he's like the chosen one, which I'm not too excited about. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to judge it before I play it. Why am I pulling Colorless? Stop paying attention for a second. Now I'm pulling Colorless. Oops. Okay, yeah, we don't want to. Let's just focus on greens. I just want to get like one more Alear. I'd love to get 2 more Alears, like a fodder one. But I really, really want to get rid of that attack bane. Okay, let's keep doing questions. Maybe these questions will bring us some luck. This one's gonna be from Bruno Amaral. It brought the luck. It brought the luck before I could even answer the question. Let's go. Okay, so we got Alear. We could technically stop here. Minus attack again. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Let's do the colorless. I think we'll... I should probably stop. But I kind of want to keep going a little bit. I want to see if I can get like one more. Because I really want to speed one Alear to Alchrist. Because I want to give attack speed pledge to Alm. My legendary Alm is so spoiled, it's not even funny. He is the most spoiled child ever. Anyways, back to Bruno Amaral 2774's very lucky question. What is your top 5 armors in the current meta? Can Mufasa or Bile Tiki at least be the runner-up compared to Brave Corrin? Yeah, definitely. I think that Brave Corrin is very good at the moment. I don't think she's like head and shoulders above any of the other, or at least Tiki, right? I think Tiki and her are very similar and very close. They actually just have like different weaknesses compared to between the two of them. Like Corrin's very focused on speed and not getting doubled, while Tiki has like the scowl effect. She also has like the harmonic skill, which is really nice as well. So I think Tiki's definitely, let's go! The Ashera merges are coming and I love it. I love Ashera. She's the best tome animation in the game by like not even close. We're gonna do this one too, because it might be another Ashera. Anyways, yeah, so I think, yeah, best top 5 are probably like Corrin, Tiki, Duo Duma for Summoner Duels, not for anything else really, just for Summoner Duels. Anankos is really good as well. Young Hector's really good as well. I think that's already 5. Mufasa's obviously very good, but like the problem with Mufasa is that like a lot of his power is in the AoE section. And AoEs have they haven't fallen out of the meta, but they're not as dominant as they once were. So he's kind of taken like a step back a little bit. Also, like the beast skills are kind of trash. Hey, it's Loki. Beast skill, we need better beast skills so bad. Like Hardy Fighter is great, but like man, like a tier 4 beast skill for like armor. Oh wait, nope. Armor beast would be so good. I'd love that. Give me like Beast Fighter 4. But yeah, Mufasa's really good as well. There's a lot of like saves that are very, very usable. Valentine's Lucina is very good in SD as well, but she's not really good in other game modes as much in my opinion. But she's really good in SD just because of her mobility and like being able to give that dull effect. Okay. I'm trying to think of anyone else. There's a lot of... Joe was saying that Valentine's Takumi is really good. I haven't seen any of the testing, so I can't like corroborate that at all. That's what I've been told. I've been told he's really good. I know that Armored Beacon or Flow is really good on him, and it really helps like fix a lot of his problems. But I haven't seen it personally. And he's also like a very, very not unpopular, but there's not very many of them out in the wild, so you don't get to like run into like the whaled out versions to like really test it. I have to go like find Rocket Gown, like let me beat up your Takumi for like 10 minutes. But yeah, so I've heard he's good. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do. Hey, it's Rayson. Rayson needs an alt. Rayson and Randolph need alts. Like, how do they not have alts? It's such a sin. They're like 2 of the most popular and important characters in Tellius. They both don't have alts. It makes me actually angry. They should have done like a duo, like duo Rayson or duo Randolph together with each other. That would have been really cool. Should have done it for Pirates, but they hate me. It took away Pirates. They only gave it to me so they could take it away and make it more painful later. Anyway, this next question is going to be from DCXXX403. This is a good circle. Do you like manga? If so, could you tell us your current past favorites? I love manga. I actually read manga more than I watch anime now by quite a bit. I used to watch a lot of anime, like a lot. Like I watched all of Detective Conan. There's like 900 episodes in like a month one time during like college because I didn't want to go to class. But yeah, when it comes to manga, my favorite manga of all time is One Piece. It's not even close. One Piece is just the king. One Piece just does things that other manga cannot do. And the anime is good, but it's not great. It has a lot of problems. But the manga doesn't really have the same problems as the anime. And if you haven't watched One Piece, I know it's very long. It's like over 1,000 chapters. But I just promise you, like, it is completely worth it. And also, don't focus on the 1,000 chapters. I think that's one of the biggest problems. People see the 1,000 chapters and they're like, it's a commitment. You don't have to make a commitment. Just read it when you want to. Read a few chapters, have a little bit of fun. If you're gonna watch the anime, watch the anime while you're eating like dinner, and then just do it like once a day. maybe a couple times a week at the most, right? Like you don't have to like really focus on it at all. And I promise you, a majority of people will get to a point in One Piece where like you're watching it casually and all of a sudden you're hooked. And you're like, oh, why am I watching 5 episodes of One Piece every day? And it's because you're like addicted like crack. To me, it's like you do what you start watching One Piece and then everybody's like, it's too long. But then when you're actually watching One Piece, you get to the end and you're just like, I need more. Like, please give me more One Piece. I need so much more of it. It's like the drug dealer, like, or the drug addict who like doesn't have drugs anymore. Just like, I need more of it. If you read 1,000 chapters, it wasn't enough. So definitely One Piece is number one. Other ones I really enjoy, like Great Teacher Onizuka is really, really good manga. I Sold My Life for 10,000 yen per year, or no, yeah, something like that. It's a very short manga. It's like 10 chapters, but it's absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't read that, go check that out. It will make you cry like a little bitch. It is so freaking sad. What else? Like Toriko, I used to read. I read all the like normal ones, like Bleach, Naruto, Demon Slayer. I didn't like Demon Slayer, which is something you're not allowed to say on the internet, I guess, because I get flamed every time I say it. But I did not like Demon Slayer very much at all. I was very surprised when I saw the anime pop off so hard, because I read the manga when it was releasing on a weekly basis, and I was like, man, this is not very good. And then the anime like went like crazy around episode, like I can't remember, like 17 or 19 or something like that. I can't remember. And I was like, is this the same show they were talking about? There's no way. And it was. So I was confused. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is really good. Hunter x Hunter I like, but not as much as Yu Yu Hakusho. Kingdom, if you have not read Kingdom and you love history and you love like war and battles and like historical battles, right? Like Kingdom is so good. Kingdom is ridiculously good. The problem with Kingdom is like it's hard to read chapter to chapter. You have to read like a bulk of it at a time, which like means I pretty much like I'll wait like a couple months and then I'll read all of it and I'll catch up. But yeah, Kingdom's really, really good. Then I read a bunch of slice of life for like when I just want to chill, not have to think too much. So like Spy X Family, what is it in English? Dress Up Doll, something like I can't remember what in English is different. It's like Sono Bisque Doll or something like that. For a little while I was addicted to Villainous manhwa. that was those were really good, but like they're like very, very similar. So like you kind of get to the point where you're like, these all have the same plot, but they're fun, so you just keep reading them. I don't know. I read a lot of manga. I've read like hundreds and hundreds of manga, at least. So it's kind of hard for me to remember all of them. I had like an isekai binge for a little bit, but that is just like literally trash food, right? Like that is not something I would recommend doing. That's like literally like you're bored and you're like, okay, I'm gonna read some trash, and it typically is trash. Sometimes you find good isekais, like Newgate is pretty good. Mushoku Tensei is good, but it's very... how can I explain Mushoku Tensei? If you've read it or watched it, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's very good, but like at the same time, the protagonist is very problematic. Which makes sense, right? He's like a recovering NEET, so it makes sense that he's problematic, but a lot of times it makes it very hard to like stay like fixated in the world, right? Like my immersion gets broken pretty easily with that one. Okay, we're at 35 orbs. I didn't really want to go this hard, but like, okay, here we go. We're at 10% again. How is my luck? What the heck? I get like a little short boost, like burst of like 5 stars, and it's like all Shara, and then it goes like to 10%. Green's supposed to have good rates, supposedly. Supposedly. Trying to think of anything else. Back in the day, I used to read Bakuman. That ended. Bakuman's really good. It's about like mangaka, like pretty much making manga and Shonen Jump. That's a really good one. It's made by the same people as Death Note. That's really, really good. My Hero Academia, I read that for a while, but then I kind of dropped it. I got kind of annoyed with like one of the arcs. I thought that it kind of like went nowhere, so I ended up dropping that. Maybe I'll finish it eventually when it's done. Man, why is there so many blues? I'll try to think of anything else. Anime's a little bit different. Because, it's Bastion. When it comes to animes, like I like One Piece as an anime, but it's definitely not my favorite. Like I like things like Code Geass more, and like Detective Conan, which is a really good manga too, but I watched the anime like a ton. Legend of Galactic Heroes is a fantastic anime that not many people actually have seen because it's from 1988, which is very old. And it's also, I'm sorry if you're from 1988, I just insulted you, my bad. If you were born in 1988, you are not old. Okay, sorry, my bad. But yeah, it's older, and it's also 110 episodes, so it's pretty long. But yeah, Legend of Galactic Heroes is fantastic. Love that one. We're at 10.5%. Just give me anything at this point. Oh my god, I should have stopped at the Alear probably, but... Okay, we're done. We are done. Okay, thank god. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got 3 Alears. That is perfect. We can fodder one. We'll get a +1. Good IV. Plus attack. Perfect. Plus speed's also really, really good. And then we'll do the screen. And we will... Should I do the other ones? What if it's a Tana? It could be a Tana. Oh, I hate having not enough orbs to finish a circle. Okay, I'm back. No one tell DTM, okay? Nothing happened. No one saw anything. We're just continuing our summoning session. Oh, Rokugatsu no Line is a really good slice of life about shogi. Love that one. My Line April, really good. If you want to cry. Anohana, really good if you want to cry. I don't know. I've watched so much stuff. It's insane. If you guys watch anime and manga, definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know which is your favorite so we can talk about it. I've seen most things, I'd say. At least most popular things. There's definitely some things that I've slipped through. Like, I haven't watched JoJo's, which I know a lot of people would consider a sin, but I've tried 4 times and I cannot get past part 1, so... Maybe one day. Okay, that was bad. No one tell DTM. No one saw this. DTM didn't see this. We got all 5 stars. What are you talking about? Okay, and that is going to be the summoning session for Legendary Alear. We went a little bit deeper than I wanted to, which is not really too surprising considering the banner was so stacked. But we did get a lot of stuff, right? We got Ninian, we got 3 Alears, we got 1 Tana from the Spark because Colorless sucks, and we got a lot of Asheras. So actually, I guess Colorless wasn't that bad, right? We got 2 Reyes and a billion Asheras. So if like it just would have switched and we would have got no Reyes, I would have been really happy with all the Tanas. But you know, it is what it is. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. If you summoned on this banner, who were you summoning for? Were you going for Alear, or were you just going for Ninian and Robin, right? I know a lot of people are going to be going for Robin here because like he's so meta influential at the moment, and like this is a great banner to pick him up on. If you aren't summoning, I'd love to hear what you are going to be saving your orbs for, or if you're just trying to recover from True Legends. Either way, drop a comment down below letting me know. And as always, I'd like to thank all my members for their constant support. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch y'all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.